All right, let's begin. Click, click. Hello everyone, this is Take from bigheadtaco.com and welcome to BHD Studios. What I'm testing right now is the X100V in video mode. And I'm gonna use my X Pro 3 to sort of show you how I have this set up in my studio. So let's start the recording now. And here we go. So I have a monitor, it's the DesView R5, I think that's what it's called, the DesView. Here you go, the DesView R5, and this is all like sort of just to show you the autofocus speed of this. So, and I have it just kind of set at standard autofocus area, and I have this at f2, and I'm still recording off my lap here. So let's start all over again here. So this is the X100V, and I do have, in terms of output, I am using an external microphone up top here. And that will help with the autofocus because the lens does make a lot of noise when it's going in and out. So using an external microphone as well as using this kind of this magic arm on a monitor so I can actually see myself here. And with the monitor here, I can actually see the focus points and seeing what the camera is picking up on. And if I had this on manual focus mode, I could see all the focus, using focus peaking and see the highlights, but I actually did want to see how this would work in autofocus mode. And so far, I mean, you guys could see this, how well it is working. And if I tweak the camera, I can even see better how well it is autofocusing. But looking down at the monitor here, I'm going to turn off this camera now. There you go. Looking here, it really does seem like the focus is pretty darn good. Back to my face, I do have face tracking on, and back here, and I do have it set at the settings is at f2. So I want to show sort of the shallow depth of field. I think it's at f2. Let me see here. Yeah, I can see it on my screen here. F2, 1/120th of a second, because I had it at 1/48th of a second. Even at auto ISO, the shutter speed was too slow, and so that's where I think Fujifilm, if you can allow the ND filters to be used both in videos and stills, especially if you're outdoors, you'll definitely need, and you want the shallow depth of field, you definitely need to put some physical ND filters in front of the lens if you want the f2, or if not, let's just open up the software, the firmware guys, Fujifilm, and let the 4-stop ND filter is, because it is a physical ND filter. So far, I mean, it looks pretty darn good. And again, just putting something in the front, back to me, another thing up front, back to me. I can't hear, if you can actually hear, I'm gonna have to listen back to it if you can hear the autofocus. So I'm gonna be like super quiet. And actually, I just shot another video because I was sort of testing this monitor that I have here with this Surui anamorphic lens. So let's just see how I try to be quiet. So what do you think? I think this might end up being a pretty darn good talking head camera. Not having a front articulating screen was never a big deal, but for some of you might be, and so maybe getting something like this DesView R5 monitor, it's kind of overkill for if you're not a serious cinematographer, videographer, because this has it has the video LUT you can import, it has HDR. It even has the anamorphic de-squeezing real time. It has HDMI in and output. It has tons of features, but if you are going to grow with the monitor, then this is kind of a pretty good one. It comes with all the hardware that you would need, and so there you go. Again, just kind of testing the autofocus speed, and it really is, because of the X Processor 4, I think the focus tracking is pretty darn good. What do you guys think? And so if you are going to be shooting talking head YouTube videos, even the older X100F, I had to put it in manual focus mode because the autofocus was not fast enough with the older X100 to do these kind of videos, but I think this one is. But as well as, you know, a lot of my videos, I'm actually doing sort of top down And with the articulating screen, the video will be upside down, but you just fix it in post. But you can use the articulating screen to sort of look straight down, and you can shoot videos that way, or even if you're doing flat lay photographs or videos of straight down. So a lot of you guys might know, and I've mentioned this a few times in my YouTube videos, that I do like the 23mm lens. So it's a 35mm equivalent. So the fact that the X100V has that, and the one thing that the X100V has that the X Pro 3 does not, is that the X100V has HDMI out. So I can actually hook up a monitor, or I can use the Mars 400S and do a wireless monitoring. And so this, in terms of video tool for someone like me, this is actually more capable. Now, it can't take interchangeable lenses. The X Pro 3, you can slap on a lens like the 10 and 24. You can vlog with this easily. But for talking head, sort of tripod video type work, I think it's pretty darn good. Except for the Fujifilm, I mean, this is a firmware update, I'm pretty sure, is allowing for the ND filter to work in camera. And I actually am using Eterna film profile for this video. I usually use Pro Neg Standard, which I enjoy, and I also do manual white balance up against the wall and behind me here, and then leave it at that. And then for ISO, if it's at night and the ambient light is not affecting it, then I don't mind putting it on auto ISO. But in general, it's best to probably lock everything in. But let me know what you think of this video. And again, let's do another quick kind of a autofocus test. On the X100V. What do you guys think? I think it's pretty darn good. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon. Happy shooting.